Hello, Forms 2 to 4. Welcome to your first tennis lesson of the week. We're going to do maybe one, or maybe two, maybe three of these lessons. Today we're going to focus on our forehand shot. But to start with, I just want us to get a little bit warm, and as we do in tennis, we need to be able to move in every direction with our racket. So you need to get yourself a racket. If you haven't got a racket, you should use a frying pan perhaps. And you need 4 items. I've got balls, and you've just put them in a diagonal shape. We've done this in when we were doing the fielding drill before. All I want you to do is, in your head or with a partner, you can get them to shout out the sort of direction, so left, right, forwards or backwards, and all you're going to do is touch that ball. So if I shout forwards, all you're going to come forward and get nice and low and touch the ball. If I shout left, again to the left, with the right to the right, okay? So start that with your hand to start with. So when I call front, you're going to go forward and touch it with your hand, and when you've had a round like that, I want you to come forward and pretend you're hitting a shot, okay? It doesn't matter if you don't know how to hit a shot yet, you just sort of push forward with your racket hand. So if I shout forward, all I want you to do is push your racket hand like that. If I shout right, you come forward and put your racket hand over here. Left, however you think you do it, I want you to come over to the left and push your racket, okay? So with a partner or in your head, you can just do a couple of those. So follow me for now. Forward, backwards, back to the middle every time, left, right, forward, and so on. Have 2 or 3 goes round like that, and that'll get you nice and warm. Okay, so now you're warm, we're going to have a little look at our forehand shots, okay? So when we're playing tennis, the ball will be coming back over the net, bouncing in front of us. So we want to come through with our furthest away arm, with our racket in, and we're going to come through and follow the ball. Main teaching points today. First things first, as usual, like we were doing with the overarm throw, we're standing side on, or you might be sort of at a 45-degree angle to the ball, but most of the time you're going to be stepping in to the ball, so you need to be side on. That's the first point, side on. Second point is, we're going to step in with our front foot, our leading foot, and we're going to get into this preparation phase with our racket hand, or our arm furthest away from the net. When we're in this position, we're going to be pointing where we want the ball to go, and as we come through to connect with the ball about here, remember we're trying to make this face the way we're going, so this should be nice and flat, pointing over the net. As we come through, we should be rotating both of our arms to twist our body round and to get that power, okay? And after we've been through, we've twisted, we should end up scratching our back with our racket. So I'm side on, I'm stepping in, I've extended both my arms out, I'm in this preparation phase, I come in to connect there, maybe a bit further forward, and I follow through and I finish scratching my back. Let's have a look at it with the ball. So you might be able to get someone to drop the ball for you, or you might have a partner over the other side of your net or space that you're using. I'm just going to drop the ball for myself and just practice hitting it against the wall. I'm not going to worry about the ball coming back, so I've got 3 or 4. I'm side on. Okay, so what I've done now is I've drawn 2 lines on a wall, just in chalk. You could just stick pieces of paper maybe to a fence, or if you've got some chalk you can draw on a wall like this, it will wash off absolutely fine. What we want to try and aim to do now is our ball to hit the wall in between these 2 lines. It's all well and good us being able to present our forehand shot like this, but if the ball's going to go straight up into the air when we're playing tennis, you're not going to score a point because it needs to land in the other person's side or within the lines of the tennis court, and then I will get the points. So the whole point of this is we want the ball to be travelling over the net, which is this line, but underneath this sort of 1 foot mark. So it's going to be travelling down towards the floor on my opponent's side. So that's what I'm going to have a go at now. I'm going to come back up, have a go at a couple of shots and try and get it somewhere in this space.
Oh, it's a quick first time. You cut yourself a small goal there.
I know. Ooh, nearly. Might be a good idea to have 3 or 4 balls so you don't have to keep chasing the same one. Ooh, too high. Yeah, nice. Oh, we'll finish on that one. Realistically, this is probably quite narrow. You could make it much bigger, but the principle is the same. We don't want the ball flying up into the air. If you can hit the ball as hard as you can and it fly over the top of the trees, that's great, but it's not going to score you any points in tennis. So it needs to be traveling forward and with the right amount of force or power that it then dips down the other side of the net. Okay, now I'm going to challenge you to a little game challenge. I'm going to have a go, and with my forehand standing in the same place I was before, you can move further away or closer towards the goals, however you feel comfortable. What I've done is, I don't know if you can see in chalk, I've drawn myself 3 targets, okay? I'm going to give myself 1 point if I manage to land the ball in between these 2 lines that we were aiming for a second ago. I'm going to give myself 10 points if I manage to hit the ball on this left-hand side or this right-hand side, because that's going to be more difficult for my opponent to return or to hit back to me. And if I hit it straight down the middle, I'm going to give myself 50 points. Okay, so challenge yourself. You have 1 minute. How many points can you get in 1 minute? When you've had a go with on your own, get your mum, dad, brother or sister to come out. They can have a go, and then you can have a competition against each other, or you can try and beat my score. 1 point. Oh, miles away. 10 points. Zero there. 50. Nothing. Very close. Oh, miles away that one. 1 point. Last ball, play till this one goes out. Too high. 10. 50. Ooh. Last one. And 1 to finish off. Is that 122, 123, something like that? Give this a go. Remember our key points. Standing side on. Our front foot goes towards the direction we want the ball to come in. Our racket hands come back. Our racket hand comes back as our non-racket hand comes forward, and we're stepping into the ball, rotating round, connecting with the face of the racket towards the direction we want the ball to go, and rotating all the way around. So we should finish, if I do it the other way, facing completely in the opposite direction to where we were at the beginning. I hope you enjoy having a go at that, and we might do another tennis lesson in the week.